It's your girl Diamond, and I'm back with my own new review of Love and Marriage Huntsville. This is the final part of the reunion. Um, my whole thought about this reunion is everything is on Mel. The whole part, Mel never takes accountability. Mel is to blame. Mel, and everybody is just going along with it for some odd reason. But let's get into it. So we start off with Kimmy versus Destiny, okay? Destiny is practically just defending her case that she showed a lot of herself, had a lot of vulnerable moments on the show, but they never aired it. And Kimmy had to call it out and say, well, girl, we all gone through that. There are multiple things that we shot that didn't air, so don't make it seem it's all about you. Destiny gets defensive because that's how Destiny takes things. She takes things, she flips it, and it comes across as if she's being attacked. Just like how she can't answer simple questions as to why you won't showcase your life. Okay? Because that's what it shows. And Destiny, this is your third official part of the season, official part of the show, and you still haven't shown us nothing. We are probably still mad about the fact that you had a divorce and didn't say nothing to nobody. I get it. It's your life, you private, but you were married onto the show and you were dealing with issues on the show. So with you saying all this, you can miss me. Next season, we know you're in a relationship. Will you show that? She said, yes, you see it. Okay, where's your new man? Is he here? Did he want to be here? She said, yeah, he did, but unforeseen circumstances prevented him from coming. What you mean unforeseen circumstances? Like what? He can't fly. There are no planes coming out this way. He can't afford a ticket. Let me know. Or is this just your way of saying you're not about to question him about my relationship because I don't want y'all to know, but yet I still want the privilege of being a part of the show. Not gonna work because you haven't shown us nothing about your life. Even if you did have moments on the show, they didn't stick. They didn't land because the most of the things you've been consistent about is speaking on male. Okay. And, you know, Lewis and Tiffany have met him. Stormy and her husband have met him. It's a long distance relationship. She said is something she's learning in therapy. What does that mean? You learning how to deal with long distance relationships or not trying to have them? I don't know. Then we get to the breakdown between Melody and Destiny. You know, their friendships. We know Destiny through Melody, how to start, how to end, okay? Melody was practically just calling out for what she saw, calling out how she felt. Destiny was not being a neutral friend, did not protect her with the boundaries that Melody had in place. You can have friends here and there, just don't bring me up. And especially you keeping up with a friendship with a man who has broken my heart, given me a bunch of heartache and pain, and you still want to cool and kick you with him and all of that. Just to say, if you didn't like it, you should have said something. Girl, it's common fucking sense. Just like it was when she cut off all ties with LeBerick. So what led to them not being on good terms? Melody mentioned an interview that Destiny did, where she practically downplayed the friendship. Like, oh, that wasn't nothing. Melody was at my house for more than 5 minutes later. Stuff like that. And Destiny does do that, okay? She has done it on countless interviews, calling Melody manipulative, not a good friend, not being supportive. But we know that's some bullshit. So Destiny said, that's cute. You know what I'm saying? That sounds good for what you thought it was. But don't play in my face. She said, I'm not playing with you, sweetie. I don't even talk to you. That sweetie comment was for her karma for being condescending towards Stormy. You know what I'm saying? The girl who you threw a chair, the girl you snubbed because she wanted to give you a Gucci purse. Yeah, don't feel good, huh? So to Destiny, she thinks that the breakdown from their friendship was in LA last season when both Tisha and Destiny were making fun of why would Melody put her head up against the door, press her nose up. It's very childish of her to be listening at the door. Y'all can miss me with that, okay? It's childish to talk about somebody, let alone think it's childish for somebody to hear you. If the walls are thin and you're talking about her, there it is, okay? So it was a direct question to Destiny. were you talking shit about Mel in your hotel room with Tisha? She wants to say, I want to hear from her. No, no, no. We're not doing that. We're asking you. If you did not say nothing, go ahead and air out what you said, or you don't want to say what you said because you want to still play it off as if Melody is just acting bitter. She's writing on people, using people, just bullshit. Then you hear Tisha in the background. Somebody needed a storyline. Who did? Who? If you're talking about Destiny, yeah, Melody, her whole life has been a storyline. There has been nothing that Mel haven't said that is a excuse me, is a reflection on her life and what she's going through right now. Okay? We already know for a fact that for the last 3 seasons, it's been about Melody and Martell the whole time. Y'all can miss it with that storyline shit, okay? Especially you, Tisha. This is not your segment. Stay the fuck back. This is the same shit that you did at the Valentine's Day event. Popping in situations that have nothing to do with you when it came down to two people who were friends and you want to come in and be tag teaming. That's exactly what you're doing. Get the fuck out of here, being people's storyline. Girl, you couldn't keep Mel's name out your mouth 5 minutes. So, what was it at the reunion that led to y'all have this conversation? So, Tisha told her about what was being said. It was something that happened on stage between Carlos, Melody, and Martell. He was going off about pretty much balancing or looking at the pros and cons of Martell felt it was such importance to leave his home with Melody and a brand new baby to go with Ariana. 9 times out of 10, knowing how Tisha constantly remembers things about Melody, they must have had a conversation about that. And they also must have a conversation about Melody leaving Martell, having her own place, and dealing with a man. You know what I'm saying? Because, she wants to keep her business to herself, whether or not she received fellatio or she gave it. I bet that's what y'all was talking about. I really do, especially you, Tisha. You give me that tease because you constantly bring up that there's a rumor going around that Melody had an affair on Martell, but she already discussed that. She already discussed that she left the first time that he cheated, left, got her own place, was ready to move on, found somebody, started dealing with him, but that was it. Nothing doing nothing more than that. Came back home, got back together with him, only to find out he still kept cheating. So you could miss me with that because she said that she looked so sad on stage and she told Destiny to reach out to her. Millie don't believe nothing that comes out of Tisha's mouth, and neither do I, okay? Because after all of that, she said, believe it or not, Mel, I once had love for you, even though you've done a lot of evil things, but you have a dark soul. What? What? A dark soul, Tisha? For real, a dark soul? You want to know what a dark soul is? Your mama. Your mama who was constantly putting you in situations that you want to be in, but you act like, I don't know. I mean, my mom was wrong, but she was. I don't. That's the shit you do. Okay? Your mama is a dark soul. Martell is a dark soul. How the hell could you still forgive this man who said that your husband had 20 women and you still want to kiki and laugh and be in his fucking face? Are you serious? Your brother-in-law Mark is a dark soul. All the venom he spit out between Miss Van and Melody. Your husband is a dark soul. He has allowed you to look embarrassed every which way, shape, and form, and yet you still want to look at Mel and say, yes, she looks pretty on the outside, but she's so evil. I feel like Tisha, you will say anything and everything to still want to be connected to Mel because, like Mel said, girl, if I'm such a dark soul, be grateful I'm not in your life no more. No, for real, be grateful. God is good. God has removed this because in the beginning of this reunion, you want to make it seem as if you took a company that wasn't shit and make it what it was without realizing if it wasn't for Melly and Martell helping y'all out, putting y'all in the right places, letting her use her connections and contacts, y'all could get big jobs, better paying jobs for y'all company. Y'all want me where y'all at. Like, we're going to have to keep it a bug with this shit. Tisha has this energy about herself as if she done this, she knows about it. Girl, you didn't know nothing. If it wasn't for Mel getting you out the house so you can know that you're more than just a housewife and a mother, you would not know the blueprint as you say. Get the fuck out of here. So now it was asked to Destiny. What did Melly do that was so dark, or do you believe that she has a dark soul? And this is where Destiny is picking back off of Tisha because they're two for two. They like to tag team with them talking about their issues with Mel. First it was Tisha, then Tisha gave her the tag and said, go ahead and go your turn. She said, yeah, there are some things she done was dark. Like what? Her going off of semantics that she went on national television telling her she gave her $6,000 to pay her bills. How is that dark? Because Destiny, we're not about to act like you did not go through the beginning of this season talking about how you had to go on food stamps because you didn't have enough money to pay your bills, keep up with Madani, and put food in your son's mouth. So what are you talking about? How is her helping you pay your bills dark? It would have been dark if she kept on saying it every 5 minutes wanting some attention, but that's not what she did. And let's not forget though, Destiny, you threw the first punch when you downplayed that Melody wasn't there for you. So she's like, oh, I'm not there for you. I wasn't good enough friend. Okay, what kind of friend am I that will send my friend, no questions asked? I don't want any money back. I give you about $5,000 or $6,000 to help you out. Because on the nightcap, like she said, she was there for her. She walked up and saw a utility notice on your door and wanted to say, oh no, my friend is in need. Gave her 5, 6,000. Not an exact amount, but pretty much around that. But Destiny is coming off of semantics because people in the comments are basically saying that you were broke, you were needy, da da da. That's not what Melody said. That's not how Melody felt. You're going off of the perception of how people have been viewing you, but based off of what you showed them. Because that's what it was, Destiny. You were on food stamps. And listen, it's no shade. I've been on food stamps. Okay? But I also want to know, how did you get to that point? We did know you were going through a custody battle. We did know you were going through a divorce. And we kind of knew you were having financial struggles because you couldn't keep Madani open. People are still saying the store is never open because you couldn't keep up with the payments or something. You couldn't even pay your employees. So what's up with that? You know what I'm saying? Because she expected for Melody to clarify that this wasn't a one-sided friendship. Girl, keep on task. Keep on subject. You said that Melody was a dark friend, but yes, she was a good friend to you when you needed help to pay your bills. But yet you're mad that she had to say it? She was asked a question. Why are you mad about her answering a question? Was it true? Because you said it was. She said, check your PayPal. That's what you did. You want to be semantics of my light bill, girl. It wasn't just for your light bill. If you were behind on rent, mortgage, car insurance, paying for lawyer fees, if you were behind on everything, that's fucking life. So yes, she gave you enough money to get yourself good. So you are gonna be like, what the hell, Destiny? And she wants to still blame Mel that she ruined a business deal. Girl, at the end of the day, the woman already came out and said, I am not about to put my brand and my business on the line because you got some personal issues with Mel, and I don't want to deal with that. You got some issues to work out with her, and I don't think that you're ready to get into business with somebody because that person only came in because she knew Mel and she wanted to give you a chance. But since you're in a personal issue with her, she wasn't about to let her business be tarnished with that. And you did the exact same thing to Stormy. You expected for Stormy to still want to put her products in your store, but you couldn't afford her package. But you figured we're both black women, we're both navigating this hair industry thing. We should just stick together, which means you want a free product. No, you put personal in your business too much. You need to separate that. But I feel like we have such an entitlement that you don't look at what you've done. Okay? Take some accountability, Destiny. You have not taken accountability of how you have taken a part in your demise friendship with Melody. They go back and forth and they believe the real issue is, did Melody have an issue with Destiny being friends with Martell? But like she said, it was strange to me because I was married to this man for 14 years. I've never known for Destiny and him to be such good friends. All the way down till she was married with LeBerick and we met her in 2017. So at the same point in time, we already dissected that Destiny, you might have known Martell in high school, but you did not know him from after high school, college, when he dated Mel, when he proposed to Mel, when he had his first child with Mel. You don't know adult Martell. Oh, no, well yeah, you knew teenage Martell, but you don't really know adult Martell. And so she figured, while me and her met and we were both going through our issues with our ex at the same time, we should have been more on a closer footing. But come to find out, she's giving him all some type of support and praise and blah blah blah. I heard she was calling him around 1 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and she said, "Oh no, that was when you hacked his phone." How do you know that she hacked his phone? How do you know that? So apparently, there's been a whole bunch of numbers calling Mel. She didn't know the number because Martell wouldn't answer it and would go straight to her. She would change her number. She already put a post about changing her number. I don't know nothing about hacking phones. I know about my Instagram getting hacked. I know that. And when it comes to someone else's phone being wrong, but they can't get through to you, they go to the next person. I'm thinking of emergency contact. That's what I'm thinking of. Like if your son's school called you, you missed the phone call, they call the daddy or they call the grandparents. That's how I know emergency contacts work, but I don't know about phone hacking. um, so Destiny goes, oh, while Melody was talking, she said, girl, where is this going? Where do you think where it's going? Because it is kind of funny though that you have all of this praise and support for a man who damn near ruined this woman's life, and she has just now begun her footing, just now begun a new leaf on life. And you think that you have a right to say, well, I've known him and he's a good man, blah blah blah. Girl, no, you don't. You don't. And I feel like you don't want to give understanding to her because of how she treated you. She cut off the friendship and you couldn't handle it. Because you keep on saying, I've known him since I was 15. I moved out of state, I came back, and we reconnected. There's the answer. So you don't know what Martell's life has been after high school, Destiny. You just got back in his life as an adult, as a husband, as a father. You don't know what his life was outside of high school, college, and everything else. So you can miss it with those gaps of I've known him since high school. Knowing someone in high school isn't the same as knowing someone as an adult. That's a whole different change happening. So basically, Destiny couldn't be neutral. Destiny was telling Melody, about what Martell. Destiny was telling what Melody said to Martell, like back and forth, even to the point where Mel was on the phone with Destiny, and Destiny said, girl, it's your man calling me, it's your ex calling me, I'll call you right back. How would Melody be so happy about you still keeping a friendship with a man who dogs me out on the internet every single day? And she feels like, wait a minute. So you expected me to cut him off for what he did to you, then I should do the same for what you did to him. Alluding to the fact that Melanie has cheated on Martell. I'm not about to go through this again. She already explained it. When he first cheated on her, she moved out, got her own place, started seeing somebody new, got some, received some, gave some, I don't know, don't care, but decided to come back, make her marriage work, only to find out he kept doing it. He kept cheating. So for you, Destiny, to try to say that because of what he did to her, I should do the same thing to him? No, because for what he did, he carried on a 5-year affair that led to a baby. Her having a indiscretion that wasn't even considered cheating because she was done with the marriage at that time, it doesn't make any sense. It's not the same thing to me. Not the same, Destiny. And this is something that I feel like a lot of people are doing. You guys can't just say Martell is wrong for cheating on his wife and having a baby. Y'all gotta say, well, yeah, Martell fucked up, but Mel also did this. You know how Martell kept on saying how, yeah, well, you did that too. You did that too. You did that too. Can never take full accountability for what he's done without blaming somebody. Destiny do the exact same thing. Could never take full accountability without blaming somebody. Like, this is crazy. So now they want to ask Stormy. Stormy, do you believe what's been said about Melody? Stormy don't know this. Stormy is coming in without all this, what I'm saying, what's been going on. So why would y'all last ask Stormy? But to me, they want to use that as a pattern because she brought Destiny and now that friendship is over. She gonna bring Stormy in and now her friendship is gonna be a mess. But that's not on Melody, that's on Stormy. Because Stormy's mother came out and said a whole bunch of shit about Mel that she shouldn't have said. And Stormy don't know what to do but to keep the peace, and also she still wants to keep her job, so she's gonna just let it be because they're developing a friendship. She hasn't had any issues, and she don't know their dynamic, their friendship dynamic, but she does see that there is love there. But I don't know what y'all want me to say. I haven't had any issues with her. We haven't had no problems. So she can't speak on Melody's character about how she has friends or don't have friends. And here go Martell. Run. Retreat now. This is bullshit. This is straight bullshit. Why do y'all want it to be known, or why do y'all want it to paint it as if Melody can't keep friends? Melody uses friends. Do y'all not realize that all of y'all were her friends at one point? But then y'all also knew the whole entire time that her husband was cheating on her? And yet y'all still practically laugh in her face and say, yeah, well, he cheated on you, but we still want to be cool with him. I don't know why. Actually, I do know why. Because Martell got information on y'all husbands. So y'all got to keep the peace and make nice. And Melody said, because Martell said you pathetic, you lying. She said, oh yeah, the projection, throw it back this way, baby, because you're not about to swing that on me. And I think you wanted this moment to pretty much showcase the fact that, see, I get along with everybody. You the one that can't keep friends. You the one who keep on ruining your relationships, but not me. I'm still able to keep my relationships. I'm keeping my friendships. Yeah, the people who will continue to talk about you, laugh about you not having a builder's license. Oh yeah, go ahead. I would want a fake friendship like that. Let's round of applause for the fake friendships, okay? Because none of these people want your best efforts, want your best deeds. They don't want none of that shit, but they definitely be involved in your shit. Cause miss me, Marceau has made a whole bunch of nasty comments about you, and so has Tisha, okay? All the way to the first season when they were laughing in the limo towards your anniversary party about your situation, about you cheating, okay? So you can miss me with that shit. I was with Mel. You want to be like, I got along with everybody. Bullshit. They laugh at your face. Back and forth. I think that because since Melody did not stay in line with allowing him to cheat and be married to her, he wants to still be mad, and everybody else around him is mad that she decided to leave and not forgive him. What is up with that? Like, just like I said it before, y'all can't just say one person is wrong without blaming the other person. Because all of y'all, Kim and you too, knowing what he did to Mel, he's still a good guy. But he wasn't such a good guy now because he brought Maurice in, right? Tisha, he said Marceau had 20 women, but yet you still want to have a meeting with him about coming back into Scout. Make that make sense? Like, I don't know why it looks like it's supposed to be taboo for a woman to leave her husband because he cheated on her and had a baby. I get it. Some marriages can go through infidelity and come back stronger, but not this one. Because Martell wanted the control, he wanted the image, he wanted the connections and the access that he can't have anymore. Because we're dealing with the co-parenting thing right now, okay? It's to be difficult because of who she has to co-parent with. He wants co-parenting to be better, but it's not going better because Martell wants to have some type of control that he doesn't have anymore. Meaning, he wants to put in a clause or a law that Melody can't have male babysitters because he is in fear that Melody will have another man in the future and that man will be watching his children. But he cannot control that. He can't. So it goes back to I don't want my children to be raised by another man. Okay, the first thing you had a problem with was your children watched by her brother. You wasn't comfortable when you were married to Mel and he would watch your children, but now that since you're not married to her, you wouldn't have an issue with that. Why? Does him being gay have anything to do with it? He says no. I don't believe him. Wants to bring up she has 20 people watching his children. What is it with you in 20s? I don't get it. Is that how high you can count? And how he's saying, I don't want a man watching my children, blah, blah, blah. Oh, you don't want a man watching your children, but yet you thought it was appropriate to introduce your kids to Sheree when you were only dating her for a couple of months. That didn't seem right. Why would you not inform Mel that you have a woman in your life that you're finding serious? You want to introduce her to your children. That didn't make no sense, but since it doesn't apply to you, that you could do what you want to do, is her that she's not getting with the program. Got it. So, like Melly said, it is difficult because of who I have to co-parent with, because he filed for the custody change, not her. Don't start a battle if you're not going to finish the war. He keeps on bringing up this 20 women or this 20 people. Go ahead, spin that narrative. I've only had a number of people at my house that stayed and watched my children. That was my mother and my aunt and my brother. They watched my children for a couple of nights when I was out of town. Okay? He keeps on saying, why didn't you call me? You while you were out of town. What's the point to call you? She don't want to call you. That's the problem. You want to still have access to what you used to have when you guys were married. If you're doing something, daddy's already ready. Martell can watch him. But you're not that person no more. You're the father for children, yes, but you're not a husband. You're not someone she can rely on like she used to and don't want to. So she's using her village. Anything she will do to not talk to you is what she wants to do, and you cannot stand that. When you were married, yes, you used to always watch the kids, but now you're not married no more. She gonna use what she got, okay? So it's a miss me with this shit, okay? And if it's not your week, why call you? Remember how we said in the beginning of the season, when it was time for you to get the kids, you were ready to have them. So, like she said, he can run that narrative all he wants to, but when I drop what I know and what I've been through, trust me, when I'm good and ready, I will have the receipts. Okay? And why did he ask for full custody? Because he wants to control her. And he wants her to pay for his lifestyle because that's why not doing nothing. Is he relying on Love Marriage Huntsville checks? He's probably definitely relying on RHOA. You know what I'm saying? Because he wants to still paint her as a negligent woman who doesn't have time for her children, who's always gone. She's letting her kids stay with strangers and blah blah blah. I'm like, nigga, she's fucking working and she has to work to support herself and four children. The lifestyle that her kids have been accustomed to, she wants to still give them that. So she's fucking working, going to speaking events, writing books, writing songs, renewing her builder's license. Okay, she's doing the damn thing. She just did a movie on Tubi that I gotta watch. So Melody is doing a damn thing, but you don't like it. Everybody expected for Mel to just crawl in a hole and just sit and rot. They never expected for Mel to bounce back, doing a damn thing because she got it, while Martell is spiraling, literally spiraling, okay? So he kept on doing it. He kept on doing it with the kid's hair, kept on doing it when she went out of town. Like he's always trying to paint her out as a woman who is never there with her children, she doesn't have time. And if I have full custody, all she gotta do is just when she makes time, come and get them. As if women don't know how to balance being a mother while working. Okay? Like you can miss me with that shit. Okay? Just because your mommy wasn't there for you because she was working, don't mean you can place that narrative on Mel when you know for a fact you said it yourself. She's the dominant parent. Like Martell could fucking miss me and everybody is just going along with it. Everybody's going along with she ain't never there for the kids. She don't have time. Nigga, you never had time because you wasn't thinking about your kids when you were lying saying you went to the gym. You went over there to Ariana's house. So you weren't thinking about your kids then. You can fucking miss me with that shit. Because I feel like he wants to place Mel as a woman who doesn't want more, who doesn't deserve more, because he wants us to believe that he was the only thing that was good in her life. Nigga, no. That's what you think. You cannot find nobody than Mel. That's been established. But she will find someone better. Trust. So then we get to the Destin trip, okay, where Martell wanted to use this time to feel out Mel, let her guard down, and see if there is an opportunity for him to see if they can work it out. It didn't work, okay? Because what he did do was remember old times and take a full accountability for the things that he's done, and that he should have been more patient, and that they would have been able to save their marriage, okay? There was a moment of silence between Martell and Melody because remembering seeing them in this moment was such a good moment, and he started to cry, choke up a little bit. Tisha wanted to hand him a tissue. He said, "Girl, I don't want that. Get away from me." Then, practically reminiscing when he had the perfect marriage. They were a beautiful family, but he fucked it up. We had each other's backs, we were best friends. And Carlos decided to break down and cry because he's stopping himself from being vulnerable. He wants to know why he doesn't show that vulnerability. Why don't you show that part that's emotional? Why don't you show that part of you is remorseful, is definitely regretful, you know what I'm saying, of what you've done? Why won't you just say it? If you say it, I'm pretty sure a lot of people won't write you off like they did before. And to me, Carlos was feeling for Martell. But yeah, so Carlos was bawling, holding back, well, he was crying, choking his house. He was very concerned for Martell because he wants to know why doesn't he show that side of him, okay? Um, and Melody crying, of course. And I don't think that Melody was crying because of the care for Martell. I'm pretty sure she is crying because of what her kids have to deal with, what she had to deal with, because it is not a good feeling that the man who you were in love with, married for all those years, you created this beautiful family, and out of nowhere, one thing just took him away. You thought you could give him, but it didn't work. So he said he does regret the demise of the marriage. And Melody said that it's because of how everything involved them, the children. You know, they've been married for 2 years now, and she is at a point where she's completely done. And she cannot believe while being done. I am mad at the point where I have children with a man I don't even like. I never had that. I never felt that before. But now, realizing that after all of this is somebody that I don't even like, and I'm obsessed with because I have to co-parent with, and that is crazy. To be in a situation where the co-parent with someone that you don't like has got to be like, wow, what the fuck? I don't like this person. Look at what he's doing. Because all he wants to do is blame, never take accountability, make her life a living hell with his custody battle. And it's like, what the fuck? I don't even like this man. Because I do know that Melody wants to still be friends. But the way that she knows how he wants to go around things, she said, oh no, that's not gonna work. Because that's why they didn't have to stick with talking through email, talking through lawyers, because it's not gonna work. Okay? Um, Carlos, he loses me because in the midst of him crying and also telling my mother that I'm very concerned for you, it was almost like he was trying to build him in Melody's eyes. Like you see this man's regret when he hurts you. You see him losing it because they also said that he had outbursts of anger. So I've been hearing around other video content creators that there was something going on backstage. He had a meltdown or he had a sudden like outrage attack or something. I mean, if it could have been those yelling moments we seen him in Vegas, we see how neurotic he was when he videotaped Neil on the date and wanted to talk about it with her the next day. So yeah, it just gave off that Carlo was trying to sell Martell back to Melody. That you see him, he's made a mistake. I think you should forgive him because she's your family. You guys have kids. I do believe you're still in love with her. And I'm just like, Carlos, why? I think that's what a lot of people are secretly thinking. They're thinking that, okay, this is going long enough now. When you going to take him back? You know he loves you. He don't love her. He don't even know your way. But Melody's done that already. She forgave him, thought they could move forward, got after having sugar mama. But no, he still treated her like shit. He still controlled everything. He still felt like if I can't help you, nobody can. And that's exactly what he's doing. Then he loses me again when he wants to say that women who be all up in their careers tend to lose sight of their mates, tend to let their husbands not feel needed, not feel wanted, not have attention. And it's like, why does he keep you doing that? Why does Carlos have to constantly throw out that men need love too, men need attention too, and the women have to do everything in their to make sure that he don't cheat? If a man wants to cheat, a man wants to cheat. Can't no woman make him do nothing a man can't do. And as far as the career, do you not know how there are men in this world who will use careers as an escape to not deal with their problems at home? Then they'll find somebody else who understands what it means. Because a man always wants to go out there, you've never worked, you don't know what it's like. The fact, Martell wanted to be there for Mel because she wants to be on national TV, and so did he. So why is it that he's always going to say women need to look think twice about putting their careers over their mates?
If a man can deal with a woman who is career driven, then he's not the man for her. And I love the fact that Melody cut him off and say, first of all, that was not my case. I never chose my career over my husband. That was not our case. Okay, listen, we were in a relationship. We had each other's backs, like you said. We were friends, best friends. Okay, we made time for each other. We would take vacations multiple times throughout the year. We were having sex, as you can see, because I stayed pregnant all throughout my 20s, took the kids to vacations, made quality time for one another, family vacations. We were good to each other. Nothing had affected that as far as my career. I was still cooking and cleaning, doing everything I was supposed to do as a woman, and then some. Then, of course, she did say if I wanted to do anything different, I would have listened more. Not to say I didn't, but even if I did everything that I'm supposed to do and then some, it still wouldn't be enough. I'm not a robot, and that was a word. And we already seen that. Melody did everything in her power to keep her marriage intact, but Martell took it for granted. Martell said all the right words to get her to stay cool, stay happy, while he still cheated. Because he wasn't about to let Ariana go, as much as he wasn't about to let Melody go. He wanted to have the best of both worlds, have his cake and eat it too. When Melody got fed up, she left. And that's what he's most mad at, that she finally left. He didn't expect for her to leave. So after that, Tiffany and Julius, they came out for a little bit. I was kind of happy to not see them, even though I do like them. But, they tried to defend, what Dr. Francis said about their marriage. Fine. Um, Pretty much though, showed back at Marceau because Marceau constantly talks shit about other people's marriage. So they would like come up with better jokes, okay? And then, um, the lack of sex that Lewis did say, did he fumble or exaggerate a bit? Well, probably, yeah. But that's not a problem anymore because we all know Tiffany's 4 months pregnant with a baby, a little boy. Happy for her. And that was it, Then we get to Penny's segment about her discovering her having breast cancer. It was a struggle because she didn't want to do the show when she found the test and found everything, but she felt the courage to keep going because her story could be an inspiration to somebody. Um, just looking at how a lot of people are not afforded the same, you know, treatment. People can't afford the mammograms. The insurance doesn't cover it. If you have a family history of breast cancer, you have to get checked out more regularly than you're supposed to. And she's going to beat this. She got about 20 weeks of chemo and then radiation and then surgery. You know, Carlos opens up about his mother passing from breast cancer. She dealt with it in secret, you know. She didn't tell nobody. She didn't go to the doctors. And before she passed, she loved loving that cancer. Loved the show. He felt he had to share because for Kim to come on the show and talk about her dealing with breast cancer, telling her how it made her feel, that's inspiring. A lot of people could relate to that. And to have the guts on the national television, yeah, that takes courage and bravery. But you're changing lives, and it's just inspiration also, special needs announcement to everybody. Get checked out. Self-diagnose yourself when you need to, because you just never know. If you feel something in your body, go get it checked out. Don't wait till you see blood. Get it checked out. That's what my mom has always told me. Make sure you check your body. If you feel something wrong, go ahead and check it out. Um, and that was a nice moment for Maurice to be there for her. I was wondering why we did not talk about before that, but I feel like, you know what, let's get Casey Royce. He's going through a lot. And that was pretty much the end of the episode and the end of the season. You know what I'm saying? Season 4 is a wrap. But like I said in the beginning of this video, it was all more salt. Everything was nailed, okay? Nobody took accountability for anything, and they all wanted more accountability. And it's pure BS because what's going to happen if Mel leaves the show? What y'all gonna have to talk about? Y'all gonna have to come up with something. And next season, bring something better. Definitely need to bring something. Marshall and Tisha, Maurice and Kenny, y'all gotta do something, okay? So y'all, that's it. That's all I have. Please stay tuned next year.